Another double bill of classics there. What do you think?
Yeah, it's. I absolutely love those songs. We were talking in the studio here a minute ago how the Feel It Still song unlocked so many memories for us. Especially some of our producers here were saying that literally they haven't heard the song in ages.
Yeah.
And I can agree with them because I haven't either.
Some of you might remember that a few years ago it was used in one of the trailers for the Peter Rabbit film as well.
Ah, yeah, of course. That's where some people might remember it from. But yeah, can't complain with those songs because they're both absolutely amazing ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. So
then, Isaac, what's our topic of the day then?
So our topic of the day, as mentioned at the beginning of the show today, it was some United States related news, and they have now just brought in a thing now that they've given the first ever fine for space junk to a company called Dish Network. So I thought, that is very new at the minute. Before now, obviously, I don't think anyone's been fined for junk
that is
in
a fairly
space.
new thing.
So it was something that was sort of caught both our eyes, didn't it?
Yeah, especially because I love space. It speaks to the sci-fi fan in me.
Yeah, of course. Well, so a whole article and everything was published about it, and the Federal Communication Commission fined the company Dish Network $150,000, or that's equivalent to about £125,000, for failing to move an old satellite far enough away from others in use. So to be fair though, that is a lot of money for a simple mistake.
That is a ton. I don't even want to imagine having that as a student loan.
Yeah, imagine being the company there saying, "Oh yeah, by the way, you have to pay $150,000."
Yeah, drop that size of a check on you.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine writing a check like that. It would be absolutely insane.
Yeah. As I say, it is not the kind of student debt that I'd want to pay off.
Definitely not. So, for the people I doubt there's anyone listening who doesn't know what space junk is, but space junk usually is just bits of tech that are in orbit around Earth and is no longer in use, so it's at risk of collisions, hence why that obviously after being asked to move this old satellite, and they didn't, it could obviously cause a lot of problems, so hence why they're imposing these types of fines, which I think is very, very, very
space
good.
age. I like it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, see, the thing is that we need to protect our atmosphere. We need to protect stuff like this, and obviously, if the more problems that are created will mean that later down the line, obviously, there will be a lot of things bad going wrong.
Yeah.
And so I think by doing this, also make sure that companies can stay in check.
Yeah.
And all that kind of stuff.
And what about, by the way, I've been wanting to ask, what about the pop music industry recently? What about thoughts on that?
What, the pop music industry recently?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, to be fair though, there's a lot of things going on recently.
Well, I know that the pop music industry can draw a lot of paparazzi attention to pop stars.
Oh yeah, of course it can. I think I think paparazzi can sometimes be really invasive sometimes.
Yeah, agreed.
I can understand it's their job and everything like that, but it's you think at the end of the day, everyone's human at the end of the day.
That kind of attention,
You need to give people space now and again,
but on the whole, the pop music industry has, as you can tell, provided us with numerous good and classic songs that we love, and I especially love. So we can thank it for that, definitely.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. There's so many good things that have came out the music industry that we can be very thankful for. So let's carry on now with some more music, shall we? I think you've got...
Oh yes, but afterwards we are going to be having we have another special treat after this next song. Our next segment is going to be a pre-recorded interview done by our lovely social media people, Bella and Sonette, of their friend Warren. And this next song that we are about to be treated to is Midnight Sky by Miley Cyrus. Something nice to help with the pandemic back in 2020.
Pulled back and the sweat dripping off of her face. Said it ain't so bad if I wanna make a couple mistakes. You should know right now that I never stay put in one place forever and ever, no more. The midnight sky is the road I'm taking. Head high up in the clouds. I was born to run, I don't belong to anyone. Oh no.
This is Pop the Question on Demon FM.
Today, we invited Wallen, who is a big fan of pop music. Let's welcome Wallen.
Hi, Bella. Hi, Sonny.
Hello, Warren. So, to begin with, how often do you listen to music?
Oh, probably every day. I often use the Apple Music and put it on when I'm doing sports, cooking, and so on.
So, when did you start to listen to pop music, and why you continued?
Oh, it's a long time before, and it will start maybe when I was a teenager. I hear the song Love Story from the Taylor Swift in a party with my friends. The melody just hooked me, and I even can't forget it. So when I got home, I searching in on the internet. After that, I got attracted by pop music and began listening to them.
So why do you like pop music?
Because I think the melody of the pop music is very good and they are very relaxable and entertaining. Also, the songs are really catching too.
Okay. And what type of music do you like? Quick motion or slow motion?
Oh, it's a great question. I prefer the slow motion because mostly I listen to music when I'm at work or doing something else. I think slow peace music can let me calm down and relax from all the work, so it's great.
Lovely. So which artist do you like most?
I like the Taylor Swift and the Ed Sheeran because I think Taylor's song is very great and a lot of pop music in front of his songs, and they are very memorable, and Ed Sheeran is the great lyrics. I think his songs are very meaningful to me and can always cheer me up. So, what songs do you like best between these two artists?
I like the song "Shake It Off" from Taylor Swift because the rhythm is really memorable.
Yeah, maybe I would prefer the song "Love Story." Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And to end the interviewing section, do you think pop music will change its style 30 years later?
Obviously, I think it will be because I think the pop music has a rapid replacing rap and it's commercialized and it will become a commodity for mass culture consumption, just like any other commodities, quickly innovating to meet the different needs from the customer. So I believe that any forms of culture, including pop music, will change through the times.
Okay, thank you for your answer, Warren. Hope you enjoy your day. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Well, those are some quite good answers.
Oh yeah, they are, definitely. It's great to hear from especially sort of like members of the public,
Yeah.
more specifically friends of people here today, of just general things to do with pop music, because it's such a big part of a lot
Yeah.
of people's daily lives.
And to reference one thing that was brought up during that segment, I quite like "Shake It Off" as well. I mean, I know it's a classic. I know everyone knows it. I know it's not exactly obscure, but it's an oldie, but quite a
Yeah,
goodie.
of course, yeah. Well, talking about pop music and everything like that, just going on to some of the things that were covered that I would like to sort of bring up very slightly, is that I would like to ask you one of the same questions that was asked to Warren, was that why do you like pop music? Are you a fan of pop music?
I am.
Yeah, so what sells it to you? Like, what is...
I suppose because they just have a catchy beat, and
Oh yeah,
a
of course.
lot of the time they have lyrics that you can quite easily understand as well.
Yeah, of course, and definitely relate to as well, I suppose.
And they get me energized. They have that, they have an upbeat feeling. You feel it in your
Yeah.
feet. They get me energized for my day. It's why I like listening to it on the bus on the way into university and that
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Mm.
You'll have to forgive me for my throat. I'm slightly
Yeah.
croaky. But
No,
yeah.
it's all right. One thing I would like to ask you and the rest of the floor here as well is that does music, like, does the mood that you're in reflect on what music you listen to? We're getting a lot of nods here. Yeah?
I'd say sometimes, but not always. Like,
Yeah.
when I'm really angry, if I'm having a terrible day and I'm really annoyed, like really ticked off, I sometimes listen to heavy metal, rock music, something that feels fiery.
Yeah. Well, see, I find a lot of the time, if I'm feeling like on a normal day when I'm feeling alright, I'll just blast out happy tunes. But it's the times when I'm, like when I'm feeling down or something like that, and it really doesn't help that the fact that I put on sad music as well. But on that note, I think we should get some more music on because we've got a very good track lined up that I think will be absolutely amazing. We have got another One Republic song. This is I Ain't Worried, right here on Demon FM.
I don't know what you've been told, but time is running out. No need to take a stroll. I'm stepping to you toe to toe. I should be scared, honey, maybe so, but I ain't worried about it right now. Keeping dreams alive, 1999 heroes. I ain't worried about it right now. Swimming in the flood, dancing on the cloud below. I ain't worried about it. I don't know what
Okay, that was I Ain't Worried by One Republic, which some of you who have seen Top Gun Maverick might recognise as being one of the songs used in the beach scene in that film.
Yeah, and I believe on Spotify it's part of the Billions Club, which means it's had over 1 billion streams on Spotify. So a very popular song indeed as well. So let's get cracking. What's the next part of the show?
So we are now moving on to the current top 10 voted pop songs in the charts. Top 10 at the moment is Dancing on My Own by Robin. The theme behind this one is a breakup, hence the title. And it seems to be set in a nightclub, and also the title is quite ironic because when you put this song on, no one dances to it alone. It's that good.
Yeah, exactly. Well, in at number 9 is such a classic tune from Amy Winehouse. This is Rehab, and it gained a poignant feel to it after Amy Winehouse passed away back in 2011 at the age of 27, but it's always a great song. It's from her second and final studio album from 2006 called Back to Black, which is the name of another song of her individual songs.
Oh yeah, I've heard Back to Black. That is awesome.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So next at number 8 we have Single Ladies. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. By Beyonce. It's become so iconic that Liza Minnelli did a cover of it back in 2010 for Sex and the City too. And it was released all the way back in 2008, exactly 15 years ago. Wow, that means it is quite popular if it's that well known all these years later.
Well, in at number 7 we have a very iconic song that has recently been played all over the radio. It's from Dua Lipa. We have Dance the Night, which is more famously known for being in the trailer and the actual film to the recent Barbie movie, and it's most recently released one of the top 10 songs on its list, and it's honestly absolutely incredible.
It is. It is, yeah, I've listened to it. That is awesome. At number 6, next we have Torn by Natalie Imbruglia. Fitting that we have one by an Australian artist on here, as the butter on my toast this morning seems to be shaped like Australia. The song was actually first written by a Danish singer named Liz Sorensen, and then recorded by a Dutch rock band named Edna Swap. So Natalie's version is actually a cover of it, technically.
Yeah, I know.
That was surprising.
Yeah. And we're going to go straight into number 5. And I love Adele, and she's in at number 5 with Rolling in the Deep. In 2011, the song was the biggest crossover hit. Crossover music means when a song appeals to different types of audiences or has more than one style incorporated into it. And in the US since 1985, it's another song on the list inspired by heartbreak, like Torn and Dancing on My Own.
Adele again after Skyfall earlier. She's popping up a lot.
Oh, yeah.
At number 4, next on the list, we have Hits Different, another Taylor Swift song. It's another one built on the topic of heartbreak. It's a prevalent topic in the pop industry. It inspires a lot of artists, quite understandably.
Yeah, of course.
It details Taylor's breakup from her then-boyfriend of 6 years, actor Joe Alwyn.
That is incredible. And number 3 is probably going to be one of my all-time favourite songs from Britney Spears. It's Toxic. This was released as a full song 20 years ago, back in 2003. Damn, I feel old.
The music
I do
video
feel very old. And the music video won a Grammy for the best dance recording, with its being Britney's first Grammy, and the song originally was offered to Kylie Minogue, but she rejected the offer.
The music video should have been turned into a movie, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And at second place, there is Umbrella by Rihanna and Jay-Z. In America back in 2007, it hit number 1 in the charts in early June, and it stayed there for a solid 7 weeks.
That is incredible. What an achievement that is. And in at number 1, One that's recently been released by Kylie Minogue is Padam Padam. This song was listened to approximately 1 million times in London during the summer of 2023. Its music video on YouTube was only released just under 5 months ago and has already gained 19 million views. It's become the most popular of Kylie's songs released this year, some of the others being Greenlight and Hold On to Now.
So then, Isaac, tell me about some of your top picks, some of your top 10 songs.
I'm glad you asked, because before the show, me and you sort of created our own sort of top 10s.
Oh, we did.
Yeah, so in at number 10, I've got a very good track from R.E.M. I've got Losing My Religion. I really like that song. In at number 9, I've put a song by MGMT with Electric Feel. In at number 8, I've got Blame by Calvin Harris featuring John Newman. In at number 7, I've got Intro by Kaido, another very good track. In at number 6, I've got the Chainsmokers with Roses. In at number 5 is a recent release from Becky Hill that she did with Chase and Status, is Disconnect. In at number 4 will always have a place in my heart and will always be a classic. It's from Sam Fender with 17 Going Under. In at number 3 from Post Malone, I've got Chemical. In at number 2, a very recent one from Izzy Cross, I've got Bittersweet Goodbye. And in at number 1 will always be my all-time favourite from Avicii with The Night.
Yeah,
it's so sad that he's no longer with us.
Yeah, he's in my heart as well.
But I love that song. Well, I'm going to shoot the question straight back to you. What is your top 10 songs?
Oh, well, my top 10, starting with number 10 is Where Have You Been by Rihanna. For me, it's a good club song, to be honest. It's one of the things I mentioned earlier that helps get me energized, and it's another classic, especially because it's by Rihanna. Lose My Head by Freya Sky is at number 9. That was on Junior Eurovision last year at Alice in Wonderland themes. Number 8 is Toy by Netta. That was an actual Eurovision thing for Israel. Number 7 is Baby Please Don't Stop by Emma Bunton. Now that was quite recent. That was from last year, I think. Till the World Ends by Britney Spears is at number 6. That's another good club one. Number 5 is Angels by Vice Tone. That's lesser known, but very good as all the others. And The Living Daylights by Heart is at number 4. That's another Bond theme that I especially quite like from the Timothy Dalton era. Blue Monday by New Order is number 3. That's all the way back from the 80s. It's quite long, but very classic. Number 2 is Queen of Kings by Alessandra Mele. That was this year for Eurovision. Very, very good thumping track, I think. And my number 1 is what you might have already heard, a certain Die Another Day by Madonna.
A very good set of tracks that I can guarantee you. Well, unfortunately, we do have to carry on with the show now. It's great to hear our top 10s. And this next song is Eurovision related. Here we have, from May Muller, this is I Wrote a Song, right here on Demon FM.
To work on your mental health. You didn't mention the cheating. You kept that one to yourself. I thought some I was gonna cross you out outside your house for everyone to see. Wanted to trash your friends and all your friends and cruel you were to me. Instead I wrote a song about how you did me wrong. I could have cried at home and spent the night alone. Instead I wrote a song. I feel much better now. Me and my girls are out and we all sing along. she feels alive. So don't you call my phone tonight. No lies, got a kick telling the world just what you did. I'm better now, I've burned the bridge, raising the glass, taking a sip. Let's celebrate, dancing away. I thought my heart would break. Instead I wrote a song about how you did me wrong. I couldn't write at all, and you set the night on. Instead I wrote a song, I feel much better now. And my girls are out, and we all belong. Instead I wrote a song.
This is Pop the Question on Demon FM. So then, that was I Wrote a Song by Mae Muller. Unfortunately, it came in 25th place at Eurovision, and unfortunately that's quite low. Deserved to be higher, but it came out on my birthday this year, so I've got that going.
Yeah,
the 9th of March. Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. So, of course, we've had a lot of things going on at social media at the minute. So, on our social media, we asked the public 5 separate questions. We're not going to be able to go through all of them, but we're going to go through a couple that we think are absolutely brilliant. So, one of the questions that we asked was, why do you like/dislike pop music? And we've had a few responses from people. We've had one person say, I love pop music because it's really popular and really memorable. We've also had someone else say, it's cool, which is something I suppose we can both agree with.
They're both definitely right. Us two disliking it is out of the question.
Yeah, definitely. So, what was another question that we had?
Another one we had was, how often do you listen to music? Now, this is an interesting one.
Yeah.
One person has said every day, and another person has said daily as well. Another one says nearly every day. I have to agree, it's a daily thing for me. It's pretty much every waking moment for me. What about you?
Yeah, I would have to agree with them. I'm almost every day. Well, so basically we've got to wrap up now. It's pretty much come to the end of today's show, hasn't it? Yeah. So we'll have to just say it's been a great show.
Yeah, time flies.
Time flies when you're having fun. And I've really enjoyed this show. I hope you have as well.
I definitely have as well.
Yeah, and I hope you listeners out there have also enjoyed us ramble on a little bit about pop music as well. So, we're going to get on with one very last song. This next one is dedicated to someone who unfortunately couldn't be here today, but was due to be here. Her name is Ria, who couldn't be with us today, like I said, and she absolutely loves the Barbie film, stuff that we've mentioned a few times in the show.
Yeah.
She absolutely loves the show.
A recurring thing.
So it's something that we would like to play for her, because she, like we've been saying, she's a massive fan of it. It's by Dua Lipa. It's Dance the Night. So before we play it, we're going to say our goodbyes now. Thank you so much again for tuning into the show. Yes. I've been Isaac, bringing you a very good show here, along with my wonderful co-host.
I'm Jen, and this has been quite a good show. Thank you for listening.
And thank you for listening. Here is Dua Lipa with Dance the Night.
Goodbye.
So tight, you can feel my heartbeat tonight. I can take the heat, baby, best believe that's the moment I shine. 'Cause every romance chasing your bell, don't give a damn. When the night's here, I don't do tears, baby, no chance. I could dance, I could dance, I could dance. Watch me dance the night away. My heart could be burning, but you won't see it on my face. Watch me dance the night away. I still get the party running, I want that taste. Lately I've been moving close to the edge, still be looking my best. I stay on the beat, you can count on me, I ain't missing no steps. 'Cause every romance chasing your bell, don't give a damn. When the night's here, I don't do tears, baby, no chance. I could dance, I could dance, I could dance. Watch me dance the night
This is Pop the Question on Demon FM.
This is Demon FM.
This afternoon.